So I get asked a lot of questions about how do I prepare my skin for a big event, that big day where you want your skin to be flawless and beautiful and dewy and pretty. So what I recommend is if you are a drier skin, it's nice to massaging the skin is always really good because it brings oxygen to the blood. It gets the skin dewy and it gets it pretty. So either have a facial a couple of days beforehand, and as I said, that massage movements where you're bringing oxygen to the blood, it's going to get the skin dewy, it's going to get it pretty, it's going to make it all plump and fabulous. Now, if you're a more oily skin, you want to make sure that you maybe, if you need extractions, you want to make sure that you're doing that at least a week prior to your big day, maybe 7 to 10 days prior. That way you can get your skin all clean. If anything's going to be coming up, it has time to come up and disappear. And the other thing is, if you are a more oily skin and you tend to break out a little bit, or maybe you have stress because of your event, you want to make sure icing's really good. So ice your skin at night. Grab some ice, put it in a little baggie, roll it over your face for 10 seconds, keep it moving, do that 3 times. You could do it again in the morning. And that helps to calm down inflammation like it does on the body. Icing is amazing, and I really do recommend icing just to keep things calm. It's really good, especially if you're prone to breakouts. So that's how you prepare your skin in just keeping it pretty. You want to keep your serums on. I like to have a skin really clean. I like to exfoliate the skin. I don't like to go too stimulating with ingredients like the Dead Sea muds. I don't like to use seaweeds, things that are detoxifying. I don't like to use mud masks and anything that's charcoal based, because all of those that I just mentioned can bring things out on the skin. So you want to be using things that are really soothing and calming on the skin so that you're not going to have any crazy breakout just prior to your big day or your big event. So these are things that are really important. Everything that's soothing, calming, keep the skin hydrated is really important, because if the skin's healthy and hydrated, then your makeup's going to go on better. If you keep your skin dry and taut, it's not going to look the same, and you're going to see these fine little lines. So then when I go to do the makeup for a day, I'm going to use, I spend a lot of time putting on base. It's really important to have a good base on the skin. And so I spend a lot of time, and I layer that a few times, and I'm highlighting areas in the face that need to be highlighted. Like, on the eyebrows, I like to sort of, especially on myself, I like to use, once I've penciled in my brow a little bit, filled it in, I like to then use a highlighter and go underneath and then on top and just sort of really bring out my eyebrow bone there. Because I want to keep the attention away from my jawline and my neck. So I'm gonna build up my eyes, and I'm going to highlight that. I have a very round face, obviously, and I used to, actually kids used to say to me when I was back in school, "My gosh, you have a face like a soccer ball," which at the time was devastating. But now as I'm older, I really appreciate it because I'm not having to have filler and things done, especially, from here up, because clearly it's full enough. And so I highlight my eyes a lot. I have nothing on there right now, but that's an area that I'm gonna emphasize, because I don't want to emphasize what I have going on down here. I'm not a professional makeup artist, although in Australia, when I trained to be a beauty therapist, we did makeup, we did massage, we learned how to do nails, and we did all of that. But and I did makeups for a very long time as part of my business in Sydney. But now my specialty is facials, and that's what I work on. But as you all know, because you watch my videos, but makeup is also something that I like to be able to do, and I like to be able to do a really nice job of it, But again, it is not, I am not, I wouldn't call myself a master makeup artist, because I'm far from that. But I do want to talk about something today that has been really concerning me. And it's something that a couple of months ago I had a client come in to have a facial, and she has been a client for some time. And I hadn't seen her for a couple of months. And when she came in, her skin felt really slippery, and it looked glowy and dewy, but it felt like a fish. And as you all know, I'm very honest in how I present my information. So I had said to her, what is going on with your skin? And there's something that you're doing that's changing the pH in your skin. It feels slippery, but yet it doesn't even feel strong underneath. And what's disturbing to me is there is a particular product out there, which I'm not going to mention, but there is a particular product out there that is claiming to make the skin dewy and pretty, but it's not making the skin strong underneath like a retinol or like an alpha hydroxy acid will do, which really builds a strong foundation underneath. So, what's really important is that you understand that, the structure of a skin, like the structure of a house, is really important. You've got to have a strong structure if you want your skin to stay dewy and pretty as you age. And strong, what happens, we all know the jarling, all of these things happen, and you certainly notice it in your 50s. But it's really important to have a strong foundation. You don't just want to have an outside of the skin, a slate that's just shiny and dewy. You've got to really work on those levels. You've got to have that strong base in your skin, that structure. You need to have every level, every part of that skin needs to be strong to support it, because a wrinkle it affects your dermal layers. When your collagen and elastin and everything starts slowing down as it does as we age, you got to keep everything strong and well connected under there. So using anything that is just on the outside making the skin dewy and glowy is not going to keep your skin strong. So what I found with my client is what I couldn't understand, like, what is going on? Why is her skin looking smoother on the outside, but it's not strong? And it was moving a lot with my hands, and it was just like this. It was not like this. And so I said, what have you been doing? What have you been using on your skin that is making your skin feel like this? It's changing your pH. And she said, I know, my skin looks better, the texture looks better, my melasma seems to be a little bit better. But she said, Nerida, my makeup isn't even staying on my skin. It's like slipping off. And it was so hard to work with. As I'm working in trying to massage in serums, I'm trying to work in treatment products, it just wasn't even going in. And she had said about a month ago, I started using this particular product, and she said it claims to make your skin dewy and pretty, and it's won all of these awards, and magazines are talking about it. It was over $200 for this particular cream. I don't understand what's going on with my skin either, and I'm just like, you have to stop this, because this is your skin is on a downhill spiral. So I want you, I'm telling you this because I want you to be aware. When you go to use a hair product and it feels really shiny and it feels really smooth on the outside, and it often has that silicone-y feel that, it makes it feel really good, but it doesn't nourish the hair. Don't be tricked into thinking that all these products are nourishing. They're nourishing your hair, nourishing your skin. There's a hair care product out there right now that I really love. And when my hairdresser said to me a couple of months ago, wow, your hair is so much healthier, and I still have my hair colored on a regular basis, and it's called Virtue, this hair care product. It's a newer product out there, and it's a great hair care product. And I'm mentioning this because I'm always amazed when I can find a product that coats my hair, protects it from the environment, which is what we want, and but also feeds the hair itself. And it's like your skin. You know, when you can find a skincare product that makes your skin look pretty on the outside, but it also treats your skin on the inside and really stimulates those fibroblast cells, builds a really strong structure underneath. It is really, really important to understand that you have to keep your skin strong and sturdy. If you want your skin to stay young and youthful and pretty and all of these things, you have to stimulate your fibroblast cells. What stimulates your fibroblast cells are ingredients like retinols, and I'm never talking prescription, you do not have to use prescription. Retinols and your alpha hydroxy acid, your glycolics, your lactic, your malic, tartaric, and citrus are all ingredients of different molecular size and weight that work on the many different levels in the skin. And that's why I often talk about retinols. If you can use a complex of a vitamin A grouping, which is your retinols, your retin A, your retinoic acid, your A1, your A2, your acetates, your palmitates. These are all different molecular size and weights of molecules that get to different levels in the skin. And when you can do that, you will build a really strong skin, and it's going to keep your skin strong and sturdy, which is going to stop you from jarring in the future. It's going to really help make your skin and keep your skin strong and sturdy. And that's what's really important that you understand. You know, a lot of things out there on the market are just very topical, very outside surface. And when you're older, this is not enough. So these creams out there that are dewy, glowy, use all these words that we all like to hear, that just make the skin feel slippery or make the hair feel slippery, but still isn't nourishing your skin, then they are not good enough for you. Okay? So please understand the difference. You need to use things that are going to feed your skin. And there are so many, there are peptides, fabulous peptides. There are many of them. There are, you know, many different fabulous ingredients that really feed and nurture the skin. But to have a carrier, to have a retinol, to have an alpha hydroxy acid, I believe that you have to use one of those or both of those at least a few times a week if you want to keep your skin strong and sturdy and keep it young and youthful. That's what you have to do. So I'm all for products that that support and protect your skin, that support and protect your hair, that feed it and nurture it and keep it young. It's really important. And as I said, you know, when you're younger and you're in your teens and you don't think about these things. I mean, I wasn't thinking about these things even though I was in the business working on people. It's not until you get older and you just think, wow, what can I do here? And not everybody can afford to go and have, you know, facials all the time or go and afford to have fillers and all these things done. So, you know, it's just important, the everyday, the consistency of good cleansing, good exfoliation, and staying away from things that are fake, that make your skin feel a certain way, but don't support and strengthen it from the inside. So don't get caught up into these key words that, you know, that are key words but really don't do what they say they're going to do. And, you know, what's interesting to me is when somebody says, but it says on the box it's going to make your skin, you know, wrinkle-free or whatever these words, but that doesn't mean it actually does that. It's you know, it's all about selling, you know, right? Selling a product. Everyone's going to say, well, this is an anti-aging facial treatment product. If you want anti-aging, you have to use a retinol. A non-prescription is great. or an alpha hydroxy acid. Lactic acid is fabulous. I mean, you know, these things change the skin, and I know because I see this every day in what I do, because I work on people. And you don't have to use what I use. There are so many great products out there, but just don't get caught up into believing a lot of hype, because there's so much hype out there and everyone's trying to sell a product, and there are thousands of products out there on the market, and it's really hard for you consumers, and I understand that. I'm at the moment I'm here in Italy, in Sardinia, with some crickets or something in the background that keep coming in and out, as you can probably hear in this video that I'm recording here in Italy. And I was sitting at a table last night, and I was sitting with a wonderful lady who was a pediatrician, and she said to me, you know, there are so many products out there on the market, and she said it's really confusing. And she said, I try to help teenagers all the time in how to take better care of their skin. And it's true. There are so many products out there, and as all I can say to you is, don't get caught up in it. You know the basic facts and work from there. Don't use a foaming cleanser. Stay with a non-foaming cleanser that either gel or cream based, but clean your skin really well. You don't need to always use toners, and I rarely recommend a toner. So good cleansing. If you are an oily skin, you do need to exfoliate your skin. Even a combination skin, which is what we call a normal skin, is a combination skin. Either combination oily, meaning more oily than dry, or combination dry, more dry than oily. Most skins need to exfoliate, be exfoliated. An oily skin will need to be exfoliated more in the summer months, and it will need to be exfoliated more than a drier skin. Use one that has a buffing effect. Don't use a granular one. If you are not sure how to take care of your skin, because there are a gazillion products out there, and you want to do a really good regimen, but you're not sure exactly what product brands to use, or maybe, you know, your finances are, I can only spend X amount of dollars. What are the most important things I need to do? Cleanser, non-foaming. Cleanse really well at night. Cleanse twice at night. Use a warm, wet washcloth to take off that first cleanse. Exfoliate your skin with a non-granular exfoliant, one that has a buffing effect on the epidermis, one that's going to keep the skin clean, but just absorb dead cells and give it that nice buffing effect. Use a treatment serum, where if you are an oily skin, maybe one that has a little bit of an alpha hydroxy acid in it, or if you are drier skin, maybe you want something that's hyaluronic acid based, and have a good moisturizer. You know, if you don't want to work with a retinol and an AHA, which is pretty aggressive, just work with one or the other and use a really good sunscreen. Don't forget about an eye product. Make sure that you are putting on an eye product, especially if you're at least, you know, mid-20s and above. Use something in a complete circle around your eyes, and use a really good sunscreen. Physical sunscreens, not chemical. Go for your titanium and your zinc. Layer it. Layer many times before you step out of that house, 2 or 3 times before you step out if you are a fair person like myself, or if you have freckles or melasma. You need to layer your sunscreen. Put it on a few times before you even step out the front door. These are very, very basic things that you have to do to take care of your skin. Okay, so don't make it too complicated. And don't be stressed out about what it is that you need to do. There are some really great products out there on the market, very affordable one. Jordan Samuel Skin has a fabulous line that's simple, but it works. And, you know, I work with a couple of different ones, and you've seen my videos, you know what they are. But there are really, really good products out there that don't cost an arm and a leg. Don't fall into you know, the trap of believing what a product says it's going to do on the box, because I can tell you a lot of the times they don't really do what they're going to say. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of the people that develop skincare lines, and I know this because I've worked with many chemists in my life, most people that develop skincare lines don't even use them on their own face. And by the way, I've heard many very famous people talking about how to take care of your skin. I've watched them lecture, and they've been sunburnt and peeling while they're lecturing to me. So, you know, practice what you preach. If you are somebody out there speaking about skincare, developing skincare products, practice what you preach. Okay, it's important to take care of your skin, and I am fortunate enough to have been in this business for 41 years. I've done over 100,000 facials in my life. This is something that I love. I love to work with skin, and I want to help you guys understand as much as I can. I'm not here to sell you a product line. I'm here to teach you on how to take better care of your skin, and what to use and what not to use. So please, I am grateful for all you fabulous people out there that that write me so many amazing emails and that say I've helped you in countries all over the world just by listening to my videos, and I'm grateful, and I'm happy that I've been able to help you, and I will continue to help you. So thank you again for listening to another Nerida Joy video. Bye-bye.